Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
You've got used to one segment of Good Takes in the morning, but now there's a full show of Good Takes at night. Welcome into Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, welcome in. Happy Monday after the Huskers get a big win. Volleyball gets 2 wins over the weekend. Husker football gets 1 win, and chaos has been fully ensued here in 2025-26 college football season. We bring in Chris Raff, the host as always. Chris, how's it going on a Monday night?
It's going pretty good, not too bad. It's amazing. You get ranked inside the AP top 25, and people start calling for your coach. I mean, that's how it goes in major college football.
Yeah, I know. I fully get now that our guy Sam McEwen, why he kept leaving Nebraska off. He was on to something I was too, unaware of, to say the very least. Because you're right, Raff. We're ranked now. Everyone wants a slice of Matt Rhule. Well, at least one school is talking about it. Like they're all best pals, and the worst part about that is they are all best pals. So it's a conversation to be had. And also, just for everyone's notice, we do got Commanders Bears on the brick and mortar.
You're on the show. What's going on here?
I got it over there. I'm keeping it on the corner of my eye. DP's been sending me videos bragging about how awesome his seats are. See how awesome they are if the Bears can pull off a win here. And it's been interesting, to say the very least. I'm sweating bullets trying to do these live shows, but I got a lot on the line right now.
Well, it started out, it was pretty convincing to begin with. You must have been a happy man, but then it was 13-7 still, or
13-10. The Commanders did get a field goal. I will say it feels like a little bit of ref fixing going on in this one. We just finally got our first penalty. We almost threw a pick there. All right. I'm trying not to broadcast this thing. Can't do play-by-play, but
well, all right. Well, I have to put in my 2 cents on the Matt Rhule press conference this afternoon. It was interesting. It kind of went as I expected. I do have to laugh a little bit, though, just for the fact that I just hope if Penn State comes a calling and this is the decision that he makes to go to Penn State, I just hope that he does not leave Nebraska in a lurch. I hope he's upfront and honest. I hope this doesn't turn into some back night, fly, land the next day type Lincoln Riley type situation with Oklahoma and UCLA or USC. Today, I believe he does love Nebraska. I truly believe he loves Nebraska, and I think that he loves coaching here. However, at the end of the day, it is, like you said, it's his alma mater. It's the first shirt he put on when he was a little kid. He's friends with the athletic director. And I feel like that press conference today, he did leave the door open. That it was kind of funny. Like you said, he wasn't a cyborg, but money wasn't. He likes, or money is a good thing, but he's not a cyborg. Family. So, and I've been hearing a lot about how Nebraska needs to open up their checkbook to keep him. And I'm like, well, shouldn't it just be a choice of whether he loves being here or not? He's already paid, very well for a coach that is yet to, have a victory over a top 25 team while he's been here. And, we're still, we're at 5-1. We were at this situation last year, but part of me is like, I hope Nebraska doesn't break the bank for him. Like I said, I love, Coach Rhule being here, but I just hope that, that they also, keep their wits about them. And if he does decide, that he wants to go back to Penn State, or if that opportunity is even afforded to him, like I said, I just hope it's with class and, to where he's up front with Nebraska and doesn't leave Nebraska in a lurch. But that's my 2 cents on it, because he could have easily got on that podium today if he was dead set on staying at Nebraska. And I know I'm going to hurt a lot of Nebraska fans that are saying that he's staying no matter what. He could have got up on that podium today and said, I unequivocally am not going to Penn State. And that's the one door he did not shut. So that door is open. But like I said, I just hope it's just something that just does not hang over the football team and the program for the rest of the year. So hopefully they can find some sort of common ground there.
Yeah, I mean, it's already catching the players' attention. Like, you saw Dylan Rhule put a picture of him and Matt Rhule on his story, and then Matt Rhule puts a story up of when Dylan Rhule committed to Nebraska. So it's, you're having those conversations. But maybe that means Dylan Rhule just transfers to Penn State if he goes over there. So it's and this is where I'm too naive, and I think I'm too innocent. I'm in the same wavelength. Like, how much more money do we really need? Like, maybe go win something. And if you're Matt Rhule, it probably is smart to leverage and not shut that door, because you can leverage your own contract now, because you're going to be getting phone calls and they're going to be like, well, what are they paying you? And then you can come to Nebraska and use that as leverage. So he definitely kept that door open, whether he wants to go there or not, or just use it as leverage, or for whatever reason, just maybe didn't think it was a bright idea to shut it down. It means he's going to be willing to have the conversation, is what it sounds like. And it's just because we like you said, we're finally ranked, and it's like your head coach might be leaving.
You know what the funny thing about this situation is, though, is say he decides to go to Penn State, and like I said, it's his alma mater. I hold nothing against the guy for wanting to go back, but I think James Franklin would be Nebraska's number one choice to replace Matt Rhule. I mean, it's crazy, but you think about it, the guy, brought Penn State back to national prominence. I know he didn't have the success, in the big games. However, he's got a huge chip on his shoulder now. And it's like, man, that would probably be my first, if I'm athletic director Troy Dannon, that would probably be my first call, which would be interesting to see how the Nebraska recruits would probably end up going to Penn State, while the Penn State recruits would probably end up coming to Nebraska. So it's going to be.
Me and DeMornay literally talked about that. Like, do we just do a swap if it comes to that? just
a trade. Just a trade.
The first coaching trade in college football history.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. It's crazy too, because we still got 3 months, 3-4 months left of this college football season, and now we're already talking. I mean, I could not believe all the coaches that were let go, yesterday. It was wild just thinking that there's that much season left. I mean, teams still have 6 games left in their season, and they're already, moving on from coaches. So now you've got coaches out there that are, basically free agents. And then you've got coaches that are, it's crazy. I mean, college football has got wild.
Well, that Arkansas job's open too. Speaking of the coaching carousel, and like, where's Arkansas on the list? That's a place that I think a lot of coaches be licking their chops to get a hand of that program. Say what you will about their success over the years. Like, they definitely have the booster money, and that place still has a strong football culture. So you could do it there. And obviously now Penn State's open. It is just, it's been chaotic. And I don't like having to have all the coaching conversations this early. And then the UCLA job, it's like, well, if James Franklin wants to go to UCLA, or does UCLA go ahead and pay their new golden boy, their new OC/head coach that's just been calling up games for him? So I don't know. The only thing that does concern me the most is I hope this doesn't hang over the players, and that they can just focus, because the game's coming up here. Penn State, I know they just lost their head coach. The talent is still there. So if they somehow rally, they can look pretty good. I mean, all the talent pretty much from last year, a lot of those starters are going to be back. If they have their confidence, that's a good team. UCLA, we obviously know. Iowa, we never beat them outside of like 1 year. There's a lot of games left that are tough. And if this stuff's looming over the head of the players, like, it gets really hard for us to imagine going on a run here and avoiding, 3 losses, 2 losses, whatever it may be.
And then also too, everything's so fluid. Like, I mean, look at Tony White. 4 weeks ago, they were already crowning him the head coach at UCLA with what he was doing with that Florida State defense. Now, 4 weeks later, he's on the hot seat of whether he'll probably be the defense coordinator next year at Florida State. And now, look at Coach Rhule. Same thing. Right now, he's the hot name for Penn State. But we're 5-1. Well, we've seen what's happened. What happened last year and what's happened in previous years. Say we fall and lose 3 or 4. Then all of a sudden, probably Penn State's out the door. But then I'd almost have to say that maybe that hot seat starts to fire up a little bit in Nebraska. I mean, I hate to be the one to say it, but I mean, if you end up going, 6-6 again this year, I mean, you kind of got to start, firing up the grill a little bit, because I mean, it's a crazy world of college football. It is so wild. And he might know that too, yeah. So it's crazy world.
Let's hear from Marody himself here. Raff's Rody,
Yes.
one of them. Thomas Adams. I fully believe Rhule's staying without a doubt. Donors were ponying up more money for him, and NAL also. I agree with you. I just hate that we're living in this era.
But what are we ponying up to? You know what? It's like,
exactly.
You're going to make him one of the highest coaches in the country. And what is he career like 1-22 against top 25 teams in his coaching career? I'm like, might want to, hold back on those reins a little bit. Like I just said, I mean, Nebraska could, there's a possibility, I mean, I hope not. I hope Nebraska wins the rest of their games. That's what I'm hoping for. I want Nebraska to be in the playoffs. But if they fall and they stumble, all of a sudden, if you pony up all this money, yeah, it's risky. Nebraska's in a weird situation right now because, yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there that, they love Coach Rhule. I mean, I think he's a good coach, but has he earned it yet? Or are we just going to say, well, we just want to keep him so Penn State doesn't get him? It's like, I feel like he's got to do a little bit more at Nebraska before we start ponying up and making him, a top 5 paid coach in the country.
Yeah, and this is where, like, everything that Adams said, Thomas Adams on the X, like, I don't disagree with what he's saying. It's just like there's the risk part where, and this is again where I just hate the era of college football now. It's like, let's pony up money out of fear of losing a guy, not because of anything he did on the field. There's things he did on the field, but with the salary that he's getting right now, he's already getting paid that money because we paid him already with a little bit of risk, thinking that he's going to be able to flip this thing around. That's why his contract was so much when we brought him in the door, not because, he was going to struggle horribly with Jeff Sims early on, because in year 3, where we're at now, it was supposed to look better, and it does. So, but that's what he's getting paid for. We're not going to give a bonus because we hit that mark. That was the initial pay when he got here, was to turn this place around. So do you give him a big fat bonus just because Penn State has an opening now? And then that's where it's nothing but kind words to Matt Rhule. But when you don't shut the door like that, it does get the bad feeling like you're going to use us as leverage. And I just hate being used as leverage. And it happens. It's a business. I get it, but it sucks because it definitely feels like we're just leveraged right now.
It's just one of those scary moments for Nebraska in a way, because it's just like, man, I just wish you would get that one big win over like a top 10 team just to solidify it to then where you can maybe justify giving him, that kind of money. But even then, it's just like, wow, yeah, if I'm Matt Rhule, I'm a happy man tonight. I mean, yes, he had to answer some questions today, but for the most part, he knows whatever happens, it's going to be really, really good for, financially for his family. I mean, I know he's not a cyborg, but money's a really good thing.
Let's get from another roadie in here. Anthony in Portland chimes in. He's been on fire. He's got a couple texts I agree with. This one, he breaks it down for us. He says, Husker fans will be fine if he does leave, as long as he leaves us standing on our feet and doesn't leave the program for dead. And then he goes on to talk about, how unrealistic some of these expectations are, and for James Franklin being fired. This Big Ten plus Notre Dame championships since 1975. Ohio State 3, Nebraska 3, Penn State 2, Notre Dame 2, Michigan 1. His team was competing, expecting a coach to hand you a championship is untethered from reality. So he grilled Penn State on that one, and I couldn't agree more though. I mean, I know that it was 3 losses in a row, but Raff, I've been playing this clip over and over again because it just kind of makes me laugh. And this one is a Pat Kraft on the decision. And I'm just going to play this little part real quick and just one of your thoughts.
You take data, right? This is not a 3-game thing.
Just that part. You take data. It's not a 3-game thing. So what do we does that mean it was a predetermined decision and you were just waiting to see him lose 3 games or drop a couple of bad games? I mean, if it's a data thing, you should have fired him before the season started, right? This is where I don't buy it. Like you were kind of, if it's not a 3-loss thing, then you're predetermined to find an excuse to fire him. So I just don't know why he would say that.
Yeah, when you hear that just makes you think that there's already something, set up, or the athletic director wants to go in a different direction. And that happens. I mean, look at Solich. I mean, Solich and Peterson didn't see eye to eye, and maybe you look at that, maybe that relationship, like I'm not sure, how that relationship was. I'm sure if you talk to people at Penn State, they probably could tell you that, maybe it was strained. Maybe, they didn't see eye to eye on some of the decisions they were making. And if that happens, at the end of the day, the power goes to the athletic director. And we've seen it before. We'll see it again. Look at, these teams, look at Wisconsin. I mean, they had Paul Chris. The data said, apparently it wasn't good enough. And now they're sitting, pretty much in they I always say that Barry Alvarez, copied Nebraska's program. And unfortunately, I think they might have copied it a little too much because, Wisconsin's in trouble. And then I look at Penn State. This could be a decision that they could look back on here in 5 to 10 years and be like, we got rid of James Franklin, who, for the most part, was super successful. Yes, he dropped, 2 games to teams, 20-point underdogs, 2 consecutive teams, first time in like NCAA history that happened. But look at the long run. The number 1 I-back in the nation, he decommitted. It's just like you're going to lose a lot of great players, and you even had a lot of great players that commented. Micah Parsons, for one. It's like, just kind of stunned by the news, and also too, a coach that put that recognition, because remember Penn State when he came in, they were still battling. Bill O'Brien came in for a couple of years, but they were nowhere near the Penn State that we remembered back in the mid 80s.
Bill O'Brien, he gave a valiant effort, but that program was still very broken by that when he was done.
Yeah. And they were fledgling. So
yes.
Wouldn't you let him coach out the year just out of respect? So just that they made that move that quickly, it just makes you think that there's plans, and like I said, like who was Bill Moose always talked about how he had his drawer, he could open it up and he'd see the top 5 coaches that he'd want to hire for a football program. So I'm assuming Kraft probably has that same thing, probably not in a drawer. He probably has his on a computer or maybe in his head or whatever. But I don't know if I just leave that in my drawer when a custodian could walk in and open it up one night and sit. But yeah, no, it's just crazy to me. But it's the new world of college football. It is cutthroat. I'd go out on a limb and say college football has become even more cutthroat than NFL football.
Yeah, I kind of hate it, Raff. I'll be honest. Like, it just feels like college sports is so broken at times. And the worst part about it is I turn on the TV and it's still an awesome product. So it's always like I'm talking, to myself here when I'm like, oh, I don't like the way it is now. What do I do every Saturday? I watch college football all day. So it's always like I can preach here and say it's broken. But it's just the era that we're in. And loyalty is no longer an expectation. Go ahead.
And you hear coaches a lot always talking about how leader of young men and wanting to, to get them, out into society and make them successful and stuff like that. And then you're like firing your coach 5 games in. What does that tell? What does that tell your players? It's just like, I think they've forgotten that, what college sports is all. It's been forgotten a long time ago. Don't get me wrong, but it's still funny to me. It's like, well, 5 games in, your head coach is gone. It's like, I came to school to play for that coach, but it's crazy. It is crazy, but I'm glad I'm on the outside just watching it, because inside it'd be a little tumultuous.
Oh, you're telling me, but that's why they get paid millions of dollars, right? And that's why, let's be real here. What is like one of the best jobs you can have? Being a fired coach?
Oh man, I've heard a lot of former players talk about how they want to start their coaching career just so they can get fired.
Like, oh man, I got to sit here and make millions and not have to deal with recruiting, not have to deal with the travel. I get to sit here with my wife and kids, unless you don't make your wife and kids, which is another problem all in itself. It's a gig. I mean, you're just making all that money sitting at the crib. So we'll see what happens. Even if he did get fired, he did get fired. Even if he is looking to get back into coaching, he might take a year off because he's, like, you don't really need to hop back into it, especially when you're making all that money, which would be a bummer. Because if it does come to that, then I would like to just do the swap, do the head coaching trade with.
Well, I guess that's one positive though of him getting fired as early as he did, is that he's going to have plenty of time to put feelers out across the country to get another job. If this was something that maybe, say they made it to the playoff, they went on a roll and they made it to the playoff, and then they released him, then he'd probably have to sit out a year because, most of the positions would be taken. But being that he's out this early, it's almost like he's got a year off already.
Yeah. I mean, he's chilling. He's chilling, making a lot of money right now. So, Raff, before we go to break, you got anything left to add on just the craziness that is the James Franklin situation?
No, that's it. I think we covered it pretty thoroughly.
All right. You guys are welcome to keep chiming in. Love hearing your guys' feedback. 402-464-5685. And then you can also chime in any of the social media, Facebook, YouTube, XL, Channel 961. Scoreboard update, 16-17. Commanders have the lead. Bears turn it over again. So,
oh, no.
Oh, no was right, Raff. Pins and needles over here. We'll keep you updated as the game rolls along. And you can also keep listening to Raff's Good Take on Sports. We'll talk to you guys in just a little bit.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Rollouts has been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Rollouts will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Rollouts make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs. Cleanup made simple.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
All right, welcome back in segment number 2, Raff's Good Take on Sports. We spent the first segment just talking about the craziness that has been the Penn State firing of James Franklin and all the other openings that are popping up throughout college football. We have yet to talk about Maryland, Nebraska. In that Maryland game, also another scorer update. It is still 17-16. And I thought the Bears turned it over. Apparently they did not. They do have possession right now. It is the start of the fourth quarter. All right, Raff, floor is yours.
All right. Maryland versus Nebraska, 34-31. Nebraska victory. I just got one word to say. Rhule. He is a lightning rod. It is amazing watching the Twitterverse during a Nebraska football game and watching the fans and the back and forth and sit Rayola down, bring out, it's just wild to me. Like how a guy that what he has to do, I feel like stuff is held against him for no reason. I've never seen, since Raiola's been in Nebraska, I've never seen him not pro Nebraska 110%. I mean, yes, I get it. He went kind of around the bend to get committed to Nebraska, but there was a lot of other stuff at play, at the time, that led him to Nebraska finally. But it cracks me up. And I understand, like he threw 3 interceptions in the game. One of the interceptions I thought was on him. The other, 2 of the interceptions were on him. One of them he was trying to throw out of bounds, which he just didn't put enough on it. So that's on him. But his thought process was correct.
Yeah.
And then the interception, I believe the pick 6, I put that one on the receiver. I felt Mills ran the wrong route. You're supposed to come back on that route. And he kind of lazily went across. And when you're the quarterback and you're expecting a receiver to be at that spot and you're throwing before they cut, yes, like Peyton Manning says, every interception always has a story. However, I look at that and I'm just like, I don't think that's justification for sitting him down a possession or two. I don't know. I kind of roll my eyes at that. Just that how Nebraska fans are so quickly to get him out of games when, once again, what he is doing throwing the ball for Nebraska, it's different than what that we've had, and I'd say since probably Joe Gans, maybe. I don't know, just that it's just that. So I look at that, and it frustrates me a little bit, but then I laugh a little bit because then he comes back the last drive and just absolutely shows why he is what he is. I mean, the one pass he threw falling down, which I'm not sure if he felt the pressure or he just got his feet tangled up, but that he was able to get the ball out there the way he did, that was so impressive. And then having the wherewithal to throw the ball across the field to Luke Lindenmeyer, which probably would be do not pass, but he is a kind of a modern day gunslinger in a way that I don't think there's a throw that he's afraid of. I like that he's on our team. I like that he brings that. The pass, the touchdown pass to Lindenmeyer was another one of those throws. You know, he extended the play out. A lot of the criticism that he receives is, you know, not being mobile enough, but his pocket mobility is there. You know, is he going to get up the field and get you 25, 30 yards on a rush? No, that's not going to happen. But if you're able to slide and you're able to move, I mean, look at like the Drew Breeses of the world and stuff like that. They made long livings out of being your pocket presence. And I think that he's shown a lot of improvement in that this year with the quicker feet. And yes, he's going to make some throws that you're probably going to be like, throw your hands up. But at the end of the day, it's like, I like that he's got that short memory to where if he does throw a bad pass, he comes back. You know, and at the end of the day, Nebraska has only lost one game this season. And for anybody out there saying, hey, I want to see the freshman, you're crazy. You are crazy.
Yeah, especially when you look at a lot of the players. Like, why do you think Hunter and why am I blanking? Hunter, Barney, Keith. That's who I was blanking on. Why do you think all those guys are here? Because they want to go play for a quarterback who they didn't trust could throw the ball? It's like, we have good players because they like, oh, you guys have a really good quarterback. I want to go play alongside that guy. You don't get both without Dylan Raiola. Like, it's just, you're not getting those guys. You're not probably getting TJ Lateef either, because that trend didn't really start until you get a guy like Dylan Raiola, who every time he's in front of the podium says nothing but great things about Nebraska. And then there is a small population of people that want to be quarterback snobs. It blows my mind. I've never seen anything like it. And this doesn't mean Dylan Raiola deserves to win the Heisman. It just means everyone relax. We have a quarterback who that was his worst game, and he still had a game-winning drive.
Yeah. And another thing too that I love about him though too is he loves football. Like, oh yeah, sometimes you get super talented players athletically, you know, can throw the ball a million yards and all this stuff, but they don't love the game. And that he loves the game as much as he does, and he studies it. What they put on his shoulders with the checks, with the audibles, with them calling protections. I mean, that is crazy. And especially for a sophomore to have that much knowledge of football. And I credit that, you know, to his parents and, you know, to Dom and those guys for having him working with the Matt Staffords of the world and having him working with, I mean, say what you want about Patrick Mahomes, but having him work with Patrick Mahomes and Patrick Mahomes is quarterback's coach. I mean, that's stuff that I think Nebraska should feel super, super lucky about, that we have a quarterback that loves the game as much as he does.
Yeah, and you hear it all the time, like his knowledge. And it's not just like, oh, well, of course, Nebraska's going to say that. Like, you hear opposing coaches, that's the number one thing they point out with him, is he's going to adjust to what we have on the field pre-snap, and he's going to make those adjustments. Again, it doesn't mean that you can never criticize Raiola, but if you're calling for the bench,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden he leads us on a game-winning drive, then you want to talk about how great Dylan Raiola is, just remember that next time you start complaining. Like, the one where he throws it out of bounds, right idea, put some more mustard on it. I agree with you on that route. Mills just came in as well, and he was supposed to come back vertically on that route. It looked like a predetermined throw. That's Dylan threw it before he turned around. And like you said, he kind of rounded it out as opposed to coming back vertically. That's a tough one. And that was a pick six. You know who else threw a pick six that day? Mendoza for Indiana. They didn't call for his head immediately after. And guess what Mendoza did? He led a great game afterwards, and they won the game. Same thing Dylan Raiola did. It doesn't always look like the cleanest game, but you have to remember what it has been in the past, and that this is his second year you can argue he's playing much better than Arch Manning, and Manning had been sitting there for years, not starting, but he got a few starts last year and also just learning. I mean, Dylan Rhule went out there as a true freshman, and now he's a sophomore, and he looks better drastically from last year. So why we assume he's just not going to get better when he clearly keeps showing improvements is that's kind of where I always get lost. And if he has games where he's throwing like 3 picks a game, we can have this conversation again. But one bad game, and you kind of hear those conversations, and everyone needs to settle down a little bit. I mean, we are 5-1.
Well, it's just the short memory that he had. I mean, he had 3 interceptions in that last drive. He could have been ultra conservative, but he was still pushing the ball down the field the way he did, making throws. That, I mean, the Linden Mile one, you're like, oh boy, but he made the throws when need be to get that victory. And as long as Nebraska's winning, it's you continue to ride 15. And then another guy is, I call him the new age Amir Abdullah, Emmett Johnson. I'll tell you what, his burst that game, I like I said, I just did not think, since maybe Amir, I don't think we've had a back that had that type of burst. I know some people be like Divine Ezigbo. He had a great season. Don't get me wrong. He was a great player, a great eye back, but that burst, especially when he catches screen passes, it reminds me so much of Amir.
Yeah, and he looks faster than last year. And that's no disrespect to Ezigbo. Ezigbo was just a freight train. He's coming at you fast, but it's a steady fast, and he's still going to run you over because he's just got that mass to him. But the thing about Emmett Johnson is, like, it is that explosion that he has. And you'll see that with the offensive line, who I thought actually did a really good job on the run game versus Maryland. There'll be a crease, and you'll see him shoot out of that thing like a cannon. More often than not, he's got really good vision, explosiveness. I think he had like 176 yards. He's 8th in the country in rushing yards. And him and Dylan Rhule, when they're both clicking, that's when that offense becomes a nightmare. Because Emmett Johnson is capable of going 100+ yards. And then Dylan Rhule, you just saw it. Even if he threw 3 picks, he might lead you on a game-winning drive purely through the air.
Yep. And then you watch the way that running game, the way that progresses, then you watch out for your play action passes. Then that's when Nebraska's offense will really get dangerous, is when they'll be able to run some play action passes. How about Heinrich Harburg, that catch he had? I mean, one-handed, those are the things that they've lost the talk about, like some of the plays in that game, just, with all the Penn State hubbub, people, really forgot about some of the, the great plays that were made in that game by Nebraska players and receivers, tight ends. So it was one of those games. I mean, it was kind of one of those Nebraska games, you kind of know in the fourth quarter, it's going to be tight. I think that's just the way Nebraska's built right now, but it feels good actually, coming out on top.
Yeah, feels like it's been forever since I've been able to do that more consistently than not. So again, it always just kind of comes back to making realistic expectations. Not everyone can have the Curt Cignetti run where you're just blowing out teams. There's a reason why Curt Cignetti is like the number one name everyone shouted when James Franklin got fired. Everyone's looking for that miracle run. But when you see things that are developing in front of your eyes, even if it's not, overnight, if it's incremental, you're going to take that more often than not, because at least it's not regressing, which you see it happen with a lot of programs where you're just not getting the results and you almost feel like you're taking steps backwards. There's yet to be a point where I feel like Matt Rhule in this program has taken steps backwards.
Yep, exactly. No, I agree with you there. And it's like I said, whether you win by 1 or whether you win by 50, if you continue to win, it becomes a habit. And it's good to see, Nebraska getting these wins. Now it's just one of those things that we talked about earlier. They've got to continue to get these wins. You don't want to go stagnant. You don't want to drop some games. You don't want to go into next season, in the same position as you were last season. You want to be at a better level. So like right now, you've got, you continue to win ball games, give yourself an opportunity for maybe, making a playoff run.
Yeah. And with that being said, Raff, we are up to another break. Score update 24-16 Commanders.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no is right, Raff. They're pulling away, and let's see. All right, no text from DP yet, so I'm good. He's rubbing it in. He's being kind about it. We'll throw it to break there. But like I said, there's your score update. Commanders leading. Still got quite a bit of time here to go left in the fourth quarter. We got Raff's Good Take coming up next, so don't go anywhere. You guys are always welcome to join in. But this is Raff's Good Take on sports. We will talk to you guys on the other side.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. With the school year here, A1 Automotive reminds you that college students get 10% off any service, and they offer free tire repair with a valid college ID. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive or downtown at 11th and L.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Schwieso Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwieso Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwieso.com. That's schwissow.com.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Rollouts has been an trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Rollouts will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Rollouts make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Rolloffs, cleanup made simple.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pearson-Out.
Sorry, Raff. Not the right music on that one. You are not DeMornay Pearson-Out. You are Chris Raff. I am Harrison Arns. This is Raff's Good Take on Sports. And I'll being honest, this game has been distracting. The Bears did score right after we got done with the last break. A 55-yard pitch and catch, DeAndre Swift, Caleb Williams connection. He runs it all the way in. They do not get the 2-point conversion, 24-22. Chris Raff, the floor is yours. I'll shut up about this game.
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out to the Nebraska women's gymnastics team. Last week, they went out. They helped People City Mission. They also helped the Lincoln Community Action Center. Just amazing team. What they do in the community is awesome. I know it's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I know they'll be doing a lot with that also. But I also want to let people know, if you're looking for a family-friendly, affordable thing to do in the new year, January, season tickets for Nebraska women's gymnastics is an awesome thing to do. Trust me, if you go, you will not regret it. So Heather Brink, Nebraska women's gymnastics team, you guys are Raff's Good Take.
Well said. I'll throw mine out there we'll put soccer in that mix as well, but gymnastics in particular. Like, if you guys haven't gone, who's this you got on screen? Who's this pup over here?
Say hi, Ozzy. Say hi, Ozzy. Ozzy's famous now.
That's a steady little purr right there. It didn't quite sound like a dog. Sounds like you got more of a cat. The people who are only listening to the audio probably thought you were holding up a cat right there, not a dog. But
that's this Frenchie right there. That's Ozzy the Frenchie.
That's a great name, Ozzy the Frenchie. But oh man, my good takes for Ozzy the Frenchie. But I was saying, gymnastics, go there. It is not one of those things where you have to do like the polite golf clap.
Nope.
They play music. You can talk. You can be loud. You can yell, "Go Big Red!" All match if you really want to. It is not a high respect decorum. You go there to have fun, and it's kind of all day. There's plenty of things to catch your eyes. If you don't want to watch the bars anymore, you can go watch, the floor routines. If you don't want to watch that anymore, you can go watch, the rings. It's fun. I mean, you multiple things to distract yourself with, and I know those guys. They've been doing better with attendance. Yep. But we should definitely want to keep pushing that thing up. And then same thing for soccer and tennis. If you haven't been to the Dillon Center yet, it's one of the better facilities at Nebraska that's kind of untouched. And it's really nice. Alcohol's available too now. So if you want to watch tennis, you can watch like 5 matches going on at the same time, 3 matches. You can just kind of walk around, check out the talent, have a Coors Light, if you please. It's a good experience. So my good take is just go check out some more of those niche sports, and you'll kind of be surprised about how nice some of those facilities are and how much there is to do. If all you go to is PBA, volleyball, and the Memorial Stadium, you're missing out. Is all I'm saying.
Yep, and you will not find a nicer coach than Coach Chimelka, the Nebraska men's gymnastics team. Also, just great people. I mean, Heather, Chuck. You've got, the line of assistant coaches. You got Brian Amato. You've got, testing my knowledge here. I'm forgetting her name. She was a gymnast for Kentucky. She's new this year. So they've got a lot of cool coaches and a lot of cool competitors that you definitely, and it's so affordable. If you're looking to go to the John Cooker Arena, you can get in there and it's awesome. So definitely want to give that a shot when the new year rolls around.
Absolutely. Check them out. Final thing, Harrison's bad take, or I should say bad take. Harrison's take on the refs. Oh my Lord, Raff, I'm getting so tired of NFL officiating. It's awful.
Been there, done
How
that.
Is this bad? I know we talked about it once before, but I'm watching this game and it feels like the Bears get screwed over, and then there's like a BS makeup call. The Commanders get screwed. just call the game. Stop getting involved. There was a bad pass interference or a roughing the passer call that was weak. There was an offensive interference on Loveland. It's, oh my Lord, we're playing football, Raff, and it's like these guys can't touch each other sometimes. It's driving me insane. And it's not just the Bears. There's been a few calls with the Commanders or feels like makeup calls, but oh my Lord. I know you talked about this with that Broncos game. It was Broncos and who was it? You had a bunch of controversial calls in that one. Eagles, thank you. I am so tired of watching games like this. It's not fun for the refs to be this involved with it. So
it's crazy. It's the sad thing is the replays got worse too. You know, like the Broncos game, they had a play, the receiver turned up field, and they said it was a fumble. Same exact play. They said it wasn't a catch. The guy had the ball for 3 steps at least. It's just like a catch is a catch. I mean, you should just be able to see it and be like, yep, that's a catch. But making all these, got to have 3 steps, got to make a football move. It's just, I mean, come on. You're making the game much harder than what it needs to be.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it. I can't say it any better than myself. You guys are making NFL football harder than it really needs to be. I just, it's my Bears and Commanders tonight, but it's going to be your team next. So if you think I'm being a whiner about it, you just wait. If you're an Eagles fan, it'll probably be that next Eagles game where you're questioning the refs. All right, Raff, as always, final words for the people of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Just everybody be nice to each other and have a great rest of your night.
See you, Raff.
See ya.